Ranger Kidwell Ross of National Pavement Expo 2017. I am with Mark Stratton, who's technical sales for Stewart-Amos. If you have a question about a sweeper, Mark is a great place to go for it, I'll tell you right now. Mark, talk to us about this new model for Stewart-Amos, the S-4c, and how that differs from what's gone before.
The new model S-4c is, we've gone back to a shorter wheelbase chassis. So it's got a tighter turning radius than what the older machine has, but we've kept a lot of the same components that have proven reliable for us, and just adapted them to this machine.
Okay.
Now, first of all,
and we got music in the background, so talk loud here.
Okay. First of all, we use the same gutter brooms on everything. All our sweepers use the same gutter brooms. All the hydraulic motors are the same for both sides and the elevator and main broom. This spring balanced system, so once the initial balancing or down pressure is set, then you should not have to set it again.
All right.
It automatically adjusts.
Okay. How big is that broom?
This is a 42-inch.
Mm-hmm.
On our larger machines, we do have an optional 54-inch, which is the same arrangement, just more segments of the broom. It's a hydraulic tank with the same sectional valves that we've always used. We do now put on hydraulic pressure gauges, which is standard equipment on every machine, just so it makes it easier for diagnosing the problem.
Mm-hmm.
If you go around there, Ranger, and get the electrical system is just basic automotive type relays and fuses that are auto reset, so any electrical problems are easy to diagnose.
Important in a sweeper.
Very.
Scissor lift system?
It is. We use a double scissor set system, which is much more rigid than other units, and gives us 4 points to balance the load on.
So stability.
So it's a very stable platform for dumping.
I understand that this can be ordered with either side dumped. Is that
Yes, it can.
accurate? Okay.
Because we bolt the scissor configuration into it, this whole thing can come out as a piece. One piece, turn around, put it in the other way, and the only thing that changes would be your hopper. The front and back walls change.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Other than that, everything's the same. Yeah, as you can see up here, our engine is a little bit higher than what we normally put it at, and we use a 36-gallon fuel tank, which is positioned below the engine.
That looks, is that aluminum?
It is aluminum.
Mm-hmm. Won't be rusting out anytime soon.
Not in my lifetime.
Not in our lifetime, that's for sure.
Water filter is here. Just a spin-on water filter with the screen. The elevator. It's the same elevator configuration as what we use on all our mechanical sweepers. Chain and squeegee type elevator. We use the offset drive to take a little bit of the shock loading off the hydraulic motor. We also use 3 shafts in our elevators. Remote grease bearings All the bearings are the same on this machine, including the main Broom bearing is the same. So commonality of parts, like the motors. You adjust it here initially, and then it gives you, with the third shaft, it gives you more adjustability as the chains wear. But because we use a third shaft, we're capable of running the chains much looser, which adds to the wearability of the chains. We normally use the strip broom and a heavy-duty chain coupler to change the broom strips. We can just take out these 3 bolts. This panel drops down on the shaft, and then they slide out the side.
All right. So that's quick.
Very quick. Yeah. Carbide drag shoes, which could also be changed to a brush drag shoe that prevents damage to the drag shoe when you're coming out of a milling cut or grind.
All right.
On the hopper, we have a 44-inch hopper door, which gets the material into the center of a gravel truck. Now, this new model of sweeper actually lifts higher than our older model, and so it can get into the big trucks on milling operations.
And is a CDL required for this vehicle?
Absolutely not. It's a 19,500 pound chassis, so no CDL is required. All LED lighting.
That's sure been a nice change
It absolutely has.
when implemented.
Yeah. Again, this bearing here that supports the main broom is exactly the same bearing that works in the elevator. So, interchangeability of parts. 200-gallon water tank. From the other side, there's a lever that you can fill the water tank or flush out the elevator.
Oh, nice.
And if the operators flush out the elevator every time that they fill up with water, cleanup at the end of the day is very quick. Again, we have the spring balance system similar to the gutter brooms. Once this is set for the customer's requirements, it should not have to be readjusted throughout the wear of the broom. We use the same battery system that comes with the chassis, so that the Kubota engine that we're using and the chassis share a battery and they share fuel. But that is the only connection between the chassis and the sweeper. So the sweeper is basically self-contained other than those 2 functions. So there's no electrical or anything that can interfere.
So if you need to put a new chassis under it, it's not that big a deal.
Correct. You can just lift it up, lift the sweeper off the chassis, set it on another truck.
What is this Kubota?
This is a V2403 Kubota engine. It's 59 horsepower. This is a Tier 4 interim engine, and at some point in time we will be going to Tier 4 final as our standard engine.
Twin cylinders. I see. Of course, you know, with that scissor lift.
Yeah, we use an internal lifting mechanism, which gives us more ground clearance under the machine instead of telescoping cylinders. It provides for a much more stable platform for dumping.
Very important.
Yes. Easy access. We like to keep everything easy access, so you're not having to climb on the machine to check the oil or change the oil, fuel up, or change the air cleaners. It's just for operator safety.
Well, that brings us to controls, I bet.
It does.